Seldom do you have parties as stupid as this current Republican Party led by Donald Trump. You now have Donald Trump rooting. We saw what Larry Kudlow said. We see what the editor emeritus of the Wall Street Journal editorial page has said. The U.S. economy was the winner of 2023. It has stormed into 2024, doing better than any economy in the world, major economy in the world, and just crushing China right now. And yet you have Republicans wanting to do two things. One, Donald Trump has said he wants the economy to crash. He wants a depression to come. He wants Joe Biden to be Herbert Hoover. He wants people's livelihoods and their retirements destroyed. He said it to Lou Dobbs so he can be elected president of the United States. And then you have House Republicans and Donald Trump now and some Senate Republicans just saying no to the toughest border bill in history, stabbing the Ukrainians in the back, stabbing Israel in the back, and not funding these fights for freedom where you're actually trying to push back a Russian aggressor.
It's interesting. The one thing Donald Trump always had going for him, and it never made sense because we've spent so much time talking about what a rogue and a disgusting human being he is that he was able to say to voters, I care about you. I'm here for you. When you start to say things like, I'm rooting for a depression, or I'm not going to vote for this border bill because it's not good for me, you can no longer say, I care about you, the voter. And this is going to come back to haunt him. You know, immigration was the one thing that I was so worried about, still worried about, obviously, both as a person and as a political analyst. That's been taken away from him. You can continually say Donald Trump killed the bill, even though obviously he doesn't have his hands directly on it. He's behind it. Donald Trump is rooting for a depression. Donald Trump wants to take your health care away. Donald Trump wants to end democracy. Donald Trump is not interested in protecting democracies around the world. Donald Trump is not interested in protecting your right to choose. Those are a lot of chits lined up against him.
Yeah, Molly, you're looking at a guy right there who says, one, I want the economy to go into a depression because I want to win. Two, I want to keep the borders open over the next year with fentanyl and illegal immigrants flooding across because I want to win. Mm-hmm. A man who says, when I get elected, I am going to take your health care away. And a man who is already bragging about the fact that he, quote, terminated Roe v. Wade. And now he's saying, I really like Orban, a guy who discarded Western democracy for illiberalism. And he said, Americans need an authoritarian. They need a strong man. How clear of a choice can this be?
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's a fundamental problem with Trumpism, right? Trumpism is about nihilism. It's the burn it down caucus, right? They don't want to legislate because legislation is solving problems, right? They don't want the government to work. That is when you see the Freedom Caucus, that's what their situation is. They always want to stop legislation because they can't, you know, they're afraid of the government working because the whole thesis here is to make the government as small as possible. So I do think it's going to be a problem for Trump. And a lot of that economic populism that he ran on in 2016, you know, that I'm going to do for you, I'm going to bring back coal, you know, it may not have been true, but people thought it was true, or people could grab onto it. Trump is not doing that this time. This is really defendant Trump versus candidate Trump. And defendant Trump has a totally different set of needs, that many of which run contrary to candidate Trump.